Hi. Well, we're nearing the end of the September 2025 eclipse portal season that will finish off this Sunday, September 20th, I believe, and with a solar eclipse of the sun. Obviously, it won't be in totality everywhere around the world, but you can still very much feel the energy of it. And wow, it's been a wild ride, hasn't it? One thing that's very fascinating to me about eclipses and the eclipse portal is just how much it can vary from person to person, right? So let's talk about that for a minute. If you haven't experienced really anything, then that's okay. That's your experience. Be grateful. Enjoy the peace. If you are someone who's experienced an enormous amount of chaos, the only thing you can really do is ride it out, go with the flow type of situation, not let the chaos get a hold of you and completely terrorize you and freak you out. And if you are someone like me who has experienced a lot of personal blessing within the chaos, that's kind of its own weird duality experience, right? Like, I'm very well aware of the sort of honestly terrible things that are happening in the world, but I'm also sitting in a lot of awe and personal, beautiful things that are happening for myself and my family, dreams coming true, fruition of the portal that started back in March kind of things. So it varies. And I think that's really important for us to realize, because when you get online, at least I know for me, when I visit astrological pages of astrology folks, they tend to say the same thing. And I get it, because they're following the stars, the moon, the astrology as a language. And I believe very much in that. However, what I don't believe in is that that has to be my truth necessarily. Sometimes it will be, sometimes it won't. It's a lot like with Mercury retrograde, right? Like, you hear all these negative things when really that's just the shadow aspect of Mercury. There can actually be a lot of positive, or sometimes you don't experience a Mercury retrograde in any sort of way. So if you had assumptions how it was going to be and it didn't turn out like that, like you had certain intentions, don't sweat it. It's okay. If it turned out much greater, don't assume that that's a trick, that like you did it something, there's like the other shoe's going to fall. Don't assume that. Assume the blessings are real and legit. Everybody experiences equinox and portals differently, and your experience is just as valid as any others. So I encourage you to just rest this weekend, if you can, if you have time, to journal, reflect on what came up, big, small, collectively, personally, Epsom salt baths, be in nature as usual, and just spend time in reflection and integration. And don't forget that Monday is the autumn equinox, so that brings its own